Right, following on my video from the introduction on ratios and how they work and what they stand for, let's have a look at situations where we're trying to share in a given ratio. And that means where not everybody's going to get the same amount, like a 50-50 share for whatever reason, but you need to share looking at a specific ratio. So if we look at this question, share 117 stickers between Lindiwe, Martha, and Shyla in the ratio of 3 to 4 to 6. So first of all, we need to have a look and see, can our ratio be simplified at all? Well, it looks a bit tempting because 3 goes into 6 and 2 can go into 4 and into 6, but there's nothing that can divide into all 3 of them, so it is actually in its simplest form. So what I need to do now is, first of all, just get clearly in my mind exactly what this means. So look at how the names have been listed. So it's saying that Lindiwe to Martha to Shyla must be in the ratio of 3 to 4 to 6, which means for every 3 stickers that Lindiwe gets, Martha will get 4 stickers and Shyla will get 6 stickers. And in that way, we're going to share all 117 stickers between them. So the first step is the most important step, and this is the step that most people seem to forget. So the trick that I've tried to get into people's heads is that we have to look at the total of the ratio and the total of the thing that's being shared, and in this case it's 117 stickers. So the total of the ratio means that we have to add up the separate numbers in the ratio. So 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 3 is 13, and those are the parts of the ratio. So I'm going to say that the total of the ratio is 13 parts. It's made up of 13 parts. And then I'm going to equate it to the total of the thing that I'm trying to divide up, which is 117 stickers. So think of this as the total of the ratio, and this one is the total of the objects that you're sharing. So the important thing is a total equal to a total, and then you'll probably remember that step. If you don't remember this step, you're going to have a little bit of a problem. So what we do now is we say, okay, we don't want to know about 13 parts. We want to reduce this to 1 part, because if we know what 1 part is equal, we can project that 1 part onto anything else. But how did I get from 13 to 1? In order to get from 13 to 1, I had to divide by 13. And whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other side, because as we've said so often, maths is fair. So 117 divided by 13, I wonder how many of you know that one. The answer is 9. So now I know that 1 part is 9. Once I've got that, that's almost like my magic number, because now I'm going to go back to my ratio, and I'm just going to use shorthand here. I'm going to say Lindiwe gets the 1 part times her ratio number. Martha gets the 1 part times her ratio number, and Shyla gets the 1 part times her ratio number. So if we work those out, 9 times 3 is 27. Don't forget to say what you're talking about, because it is a word problem. 9 times 4 is 36 stickers. And 9 times 6 is 54 stickers. And the wonderful thing about these is that you don't have to wait to get your paper back with your teacher having marked it. You can work out right now whether you've got the right answer or not. So if you've shared these stickers out in the correct ratio and done all your calculations correctly, 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 7 is 17, carry the 1. That gives me 6 plus 5 is 11, 117, and that is exactly how many stickers I started off with in the first place, and straight away I can see that I've got full marks for that question. There's another way the question can be presented to you, and I call this a question having a hidden ratio. And if any of you have looked at episode 8 on common fractions, you will have seen this exact same story. And the reason that I've used the same story is to show you that these questions can be worked out with ratios or with fractions, because as I explained in the last video, fractions and ratios are completely related to each other. So the reason I say that this is a hidden ratio is because if we look at it, for those who haven't read the story before, Alex, Sam and Riley contribute 3 Rand, 8 Rand and 4 Rand respectively towards a box of chocolates. If there are 45 chocolates in the box, how many will they each get? So let's first, I always like to start off with this because it actually focuses your mind to see what the story is about. So it's like taking all these words and just putting it into a mathematical statement. So who are the 3 people that we're speaking about? Alex, to Sam, to Riley. All right, now it doesn't give us a ratio. Here it gave us a ratio of how we have to share. Here it doesn't give us a ratio, but their contributions are actually the ratio. And if you remember from the previous video, respectively means because their names have been listed in this order, Alex, Sam, Riley, then the numbers, the first one's relating to Alex, the second one to Sam, the third one to Riley. That's what the word respectively means. So I'm going to create my own ratio because Alex contributed 3 Rand, Sam contributed 8 Rand, and Riley contributed 4 Rand. All right, so out of that, I've managed to get a ratio. Does this look like a very nice ratio? No, the numbers are quite big, but we need to just see, can we simplify it down? 4 goes into 8, but 3 can't go into 8. No, it's actually in its simplest form. So once we've got to this stage, pulling a ratio out of the story, even though the ratio wasn't absolutely visible like it is there, then we go on to this very important step where we say the total of the ratio equals the total of the things to be shared. So the total of the ratio, 3 plus 8 is 11, plus 4 is 15. So the ratio is made up of 15 parts. And that is equal to, what am I trying to share? I'm trying to share 45 chocolates. That's the total number of chocolates I have in the box. The total of the ratio equals the total of the chocolates. I don't want 15 parts. This is the other important thing you have to remember. I want to bring 15 parts down to 1 part. Just like I brought 13 parts down to 1 part. You always come down to 1 part. And it's so easy because you just divide by exactly what that number is. It's not rocket science. Look at that number, divide by that number. If I divide the one side by 15, I have to divide the other side by 15. And 45 divided by 15 is 3. So 1 part is 3, and that's my, what I call my magic number, because that allows you to work everything else out from here. So Alex gets the magic number, the 1 part, times his contribution. Sam gets the 1 part times his contribution, and Riley gets the 1 part times his contribution. All right, let's work them out. 3 times 3 is 9, so that's what Alex is getting. 3 times 8 is 24. He got a nice lot of chocolates. And 3 times 4 is 12. And once again, I can find out whether my answer is correct or not. 9 plus 24 plus 12 should add up to 45, or 24, 34, 36. 36 plus 9 is 45. And once again, I know that I've got the correct answer. So the points I want to stress are, first of all, this is almost like centering yourself and getting clear in your mind exactly what's going on. So for me, that's a very important step, just for you to put down what the story is all about. And then remember, this is the total of the parts of the ratio equals the total of the thing being shared. Bring it down from whatever number it is to one part by dividing by that exact number. Do the same to the other side, and then this part is easy.